65 million years ago, when you cracked open your egg, what awaited you was not a peaceful world. Your first meal was the triceratops leg your mother had left behind. At first glance, the lush forest around you might have looked like a paradise of peace. But you were wrong. This was not a land of harmony, it was a world ruled by savagery, the living and the eaten. From afar came the cries of prey and the roars of predators, shaking the ground beneath you. Your instincts screamed at you to hide. You dove back into the nest, taking cover behind your siblings. In this world, luck determined who became the first bite, and you had no desire to be it. But survival required more than luck. Your sharp eyes caught even the slightest movement. Your long legs carried you like lightning through the bushes, and your baby teeth, paired with a bite force of 6,000 newtons, tore through prey like a hot knife through butter, except this butter was screaming. Weeks passed. You were no longer just a hatchling hiding in fear. You had become the unseen shadow of the forest. Silent, swift, and deadly. Years rolled by. By the time you turned 13, you had achieved the impossible. You were still alive. Now, you were a teenage T-Rex. Your muscles were iron, your speed electric. One day, you lunged from the shadows and snapped the neck of a young triceratops by the lake. That was your first true hunt. In that moment, you realized you were no longer prey, you were the predator. At 20 years old, you stood at the peak of your reign. The undisputed king of the Mesozoic world. But kingship was lonely. Then, one day, your eyes caught sight of her, a female T-Rex, her scales shimmering in the sun. To win her, you fought rivals tooth and claw, your tail a weapon, your roar a battle cry. At last, you emerged victorious. She looked at you with respect. Beside you now was not just a mate, but a future to protect. Eggs, and the hatchlings that followed. Standing over them, pride swelled within you, yet you knew the truth. This world was merciless. Just as you had, your young would have to fight, bleed, and survive on their own. Seasons passed. You became a legend. Your roar shook valleys, your name whispered in fear, the Mesozoic Baba Yaga. But no power lasts forever. Your muscles grew heavy. Your steps slowed. The younger T-Rexes no longer looked at you with all alone. Their eyes burned with ambition. And one day, one of them stepped forward. A challenge. The earth trembled. You roared. He roared. The valley echoed with the promise of change. The throne would not remain yours. You could have fought. You could have crushed him, as you had crushed so many before. But inside, something shifted. Weariness, silence. You lowered your head. Your roar faded. Because you knew, every king must fall, and the world was ready for a new ruler.